Everyone who got into the act got into the scoring column, and the Spiders were once again in the win column when they met LaSalle. And let it be known early, they weren't looking ahead to a date with nationally ranked Dayton later in the week. Richmond scored the game's first 10 points and was never threatened. All 9 who played scored, led by Grant Golden's 15 points and a career-high 14 points and 9 rebounds from freshman Tyler Burton. This was win number 15 overall, 5-1 in the Atlantic 10, 9-1 at home. LaSalle at Richmond, Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. Brought to you by Serve Pro of Richmond and Chesterfield. Serve Pro like it never even happened.
Well, speaking of period, it did happen. His first
2 seconds
foul
in.
into the game. 2 seconds into the game, he fouled KO on that tip ball.
I think that might set a record for quickest foul in a game, although the guy you saw right there, Nathan KO, had one 5 seconds into the second half Saturday at George Mason, so turnabout is fair play, I guess.
Yeah, it's about time. That's what KO said.
Spiders second in the A-10 in scoring, 76 points a game, second in field goal percentage, 47%, and first in three-point accuracy at 37%. And in the paint, to your point on our pregame show, Greg Beckwith, Grant Golden picks up where he left off Saturday.
And what I liked about that, Grant turned to his right shoulder ball and powered to the basket. Didn't fade away. We saw it the other day.
Last time these teams met in Philly last year, Golden had 24 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. So the Explorers already having nightmares about Grant Golden. That's a tough shot, and Gustafson forced a tough shot there from Saul Peary.
Good defense by the Spiders, and Gustafson is one of the better defenders for the Spiders.
LaSalle's played pretty good defense this season. They've been very good against the three-point shot, as a matter of fact. But the Spiders aren't thinking about that. They are thinking about in the paint and Grant Golden.
What I like about Grant's attitude right now, Bob, he's come out very aggressive in attacking the rim.
He was 10 of 13 from the floor Saturday with the 25 points. His 24th career 20-point game. And that'll be a travel on Ed Crosswell and a turnover, and they do turn it over a lot. Young team. Ashley Howard's squad turns it over about 16 times a game. Howard in his second year as the head coach at LaSalle. Previously was an assistant with the Explorers.
Yeah, and he also was assistant 5 years with Villanova, Bob, with 2 national championships under his belt on that staff.
Spiders break the LaSalle press. Coach Howard, a Philly guy, played at Drexel. Great recruiter. That's going to be an offensive foul. A little bit too much aggression, apparently, on Grant Golden.
I like the aggression, though. He's asking for the ball early and often, Bob.
Coach Chris Mooney in his 15th season now with the Spiders. Tonight looking for his 265th Spider win. And the Spiders show a little bit of pressure in the backcourt.
Another Philly guy, Chris Mooney.
That's true.
Princeton.
Yep.
These Philly guys.
We love them.
Speaking of which.
Being one of them. Scott Spencer, the Clemson transfer. He's a Virginia guy, actually, a native of Virginia. And his first shot of the game, halfway down and out. Nick Sherrod has been doing a really good job rebounding, averaging about 5 per game, has his first tonight. Spiders try an alley-oop. That's a great catch by KO. And back to Gilliard, who threw the original pass. And Gilliard misses the 3. Hakeem almost traveled. Dees almost throws it away. And the Explorers will reset.
Good retreat to defense by the Spiders.
Isaiah Dees, guarded by Andre Gustafson, has done such a great job defensively. And now he's on Peary, and Peary misses. And Golden the rebound. How about this defense, Greg, to start the game? We're going to be 3 minutes in, and the Explorers, who average 69 a game, will not have scratched yet.
Well, I like that defense by Gustafson. He made him change his shot in the air, Bob.
KO will be called for traveling, and back-to-back Spider turnovers. And now Richmond's first substitution, Matt Grace, as traditionally happens, about 3 minutes in, replaces Grant Golden. You know, we had Grant on our radio show with Coach Mooney on Monday night, and he flat out admitted, in real time, in the course of the game, I hate coming out.
Of course he does.
3 minutes into the game. I understand it's for my own good, but I hate it. Coach Mooney was sitting right there just laughing.
You see his facial expressions a lot of times where he's like, oh.
but it will keep fresh legs for Grant Golden. You know, he's only played 30 minutes twice this year, and that was the first 2 games of the season, the overtime St. Francis game and the Vanderbilt game. Everything else has been good clock management for Grant Golden by Coach Mooney. And another LaSalle turnover, and they still haven't scored.
Just good defense on the perimeter by Spiders. They're pushing them off their spots right there. Good hand by Gustafson, and went off the LaSalle hands there.
See if the Spiders can extend the early lead now. They've certainly been given several opportunities to do so. Sherrod guarded by David Beatty, their first sub, a 6'2 junior and another Philly guy. Sherrod backing his way in. Tough fadeaway jumper, and he got fouled on the arm by Beatty.
Yeah, a little bit bigger than Beatty. Sherrod, his body, his lower body, especially Bobby, just backed him in and overpowered him in that drive. You watch him, he just keeps backing and backing, and then Beatty had to reach and hit him right on the wrist.
You know, I walked into the arena this morning about 10 o'clock, and I couldn't see the court, but I could hear a basketball bouncing and rattling of the rim, and I knew exactly who it was. And it was Nick Sherrod, who was in here at all hours of the day and night, particularly on game day, to get extensive shooting practice in. And he was really working on that shot that we just saw right there, that in the paint kind of turnaround fadeaway shot that he's adding to his repertoire.
Just pure, very pure shooter, Bob. It's just because he works at his craft.
Now the youngster on the Spider team, Tyler Burton, the freshman, coming off a career game at George Mason Saturday. 12 points and 6 rebounds, both career highs. Good press in the backcourt. Boy, they just got it across, about 2 seconds to spare, but now they're going to have to get their offense going relatively quickly with the freshman point guard, Hakeem. Now Beatty and Spencer out of Suffolk, Virginia. Relatively close homecoming for him. Hakeem stripped by Gilliard, but there's going to be a reach-in foul there on the nation's leader in steals.
But locked down early on, so they didn't have to have someone start off at 5 straight shots.
And it's still a shutout as Hakeem, a 63% free throw shooter, misses the first one. The Explorers are not a good free throw shooting team, right at 68%. 12th in the Atlantic 10. And he missed them both, and the rebound will be saved right on the baseline by Tyler Burton. So the scoreless string continues. Jake Wojcik in for Richmond, Nathan Kao on the bench. That's Matt Grace and Wojcik, 2-man game. Nice power move by Matt Grace. Gets it to fall over Brandon Stone, one of their freshmen.
And listen, Bob, that's what you have to do. You have to take advantage of these mismatches. When the Spiders have some mismatches in the post, Stone cannot watch Grace in the post. Much more bigger and stronger. So he took it right at him. He's patient. You'd like to see that. And then the same with Grant Golden. Take your time. Be bigger, stronger, more powerful. Just power it up and put it in.
Now, Matt Grace hadn't scored in the past 4 games or 8 of the past 9. So you know he's going to like that field goal that he just got.
Yeah, and he can do that against Stone. Stone's, like you said, freshman. He's very thin.
6'11". They list him at 200 pounds. 8-0 run to start the game for the Spiders. Beatty will try and end it, but cannot. And the rebound tipped to Gilliard, and the Spiders could go up by double figures. Burton, strong take to the basket.
Burton is playing with much more confidence, Bob, and ease. The game's coming a little bit more easier for the freshman and slowing down. The game is slowing down for him.
Well, this is the opposite of Saturday when George Mason built an early 10-point lead before the Spiders rallied to actually lead by halftime. Tonight, the Spiders with the 10-point advantage. And lockdown man-to-man defense. Wojcik guarding Dees. Now Sharif Kenny, another of the freshmen, got Gilliard in the air. Grace fouled him for an and one.
That was not bad defense. Nice shot by Kenny in the lane that time. 6'4" freshman.
So 14-13 to go in the first half. LaSalle finally on the scoreboard. Stone, the freshman, to the bench. Crosswell, the sophomore, back in the game. Kenny, a 72% free throw shooter. Washington, D.C. native, completes the three-point play. And now, again, some full court pressure. The Spiders have Gustafson, Wojcik, Gilliard all to handle the ball. Grace, Gustafson. Looking for Grace, knocked away and stolen. The Spiders turn it over for the third time. Here comes Isaiah Dees. Quick release by Spencer, misses. Nothing but white shirts for the rebound.
Yeah, the Spiders are really doing a nice job pushing LaSalle off their sweet spots in the offense, in their offense.
Gilliard catch and shoot three, has a chance for a 4-point play.
Quick release by Jake that time off the screen from Grace, and Kenny got him on the release. Nice little screen by Grace. Good shot by Jake there.
Gilliard, another guy who's had some big games against LaSalle. A couple of 20-point games against the Explorers last year. Tyler Burton out and Grant Golden returns. And Gilliard to the free throw line to try and complete a 4-point play. That is now 23 straight free throws that the Atlantic 10 free throw leader has converted. He's made 23 in a row and 29 of his past 30.
Just so efficient this year, Jake, all aspects of his game.
And the Spiders with an 11-point lead. Peary into the corner to Kenny. That was blocked by Ko. Kenny got it back. He missed the reverse layup. Crosswell misses the follow. And Gustafson on the floor grabs it and gets it to Ko.
Good hustle by Goose getting on the floor.
Great contests too, particularly by Nathan Ko. Gilliard, give and go, Golden, layup.
Two-man game. Bob, what they're doing is really spread the floor. The Spiders on the offensive end. Pick and roll that time by Gilliard. So that layup, the spacing is really nice. The crispness of their offense. They're moving the ball. When you watch this, good screen. We've seen this play before. Pick and roll, slow to get over. Gold laid it up.
The nice thing about that one, Greg, is we've seen it both ways, haven't we?
Yes,
Gilliard to Golden, but we've also seen it Golden to Gilliard.
Yep, G&G.
And the Spiders are 6 for 7 from the floor here in the early stages of the first half, and already 10 points in the paint.
Well, the thing is, Bob, we talked about point production in the paint. They have really just taken the energy out of LaSalle to start this game. LaSalle's coming in really flat with no energy, and the Spiders are really doing it from a defensive standpoint. And as we talked about, bench production, playing a lot of players early on and really putting a lot of pressure on LaSalle.
This has been a tough grind for the Explorers, particularly of late. They will have played 4 of 5 on the road. It finishes up with this one tonight here in Richmond, but it's not going to get any easier for them coming up after the Richmond game. They will go back home, but they get VCU and St. Louis as their next 2 home games.
They're probably sitting there going, wow.
Schedule maker was not kind to this young team of Ashley Howard's. Shot clock at 5. D is looking for the shot, can't get it to go. Knocked out of bounds. The officials say Richmond ball. Dwayne Gladden, the veteran official from midcourt, points the Spiders' way.
I mean, every shot's contested. Tough shots for LaSalle.
You know, Greg, we talk about the upcoming schedule for LaSalle. To be fair, that's a storyline for the Spiders tonight as well, because after LaSalle, 7th-ranked Dayton is here Saturday night, and then the Spiders are downtown at VCU Tuesday.
Well, every game becomes critical now, Bob. You're getting into that time of the year where you're playing some tough teams, and the conference is a grind. And as we watch KO go to the basket, quick crossover and a foul, just attacking mode there. But as we said, this league is not easy for sure this year. Dayton coming in, and then VCU.
I tell you, I was talking with some folks today, and everybody said the same thing. You don't know how this game's going to turn out, but it won't be because it's a trap game or the Spiders are looking ahead. There's just too much experience and maturity on this Spider team.
There's no question, and you know, they let one get away in their minds and lose them on a home court in St. Louis. So they're dialed in and locked in this game right here.
A two-bounce pass across the court. Got it over the midcourt line against the Spider press. Another freshman is in for LaSalle, Christian Ray, out of Gap, Pennsylvania. And there's a freshman that hits a three, Sharif Kenny, who has all 6 of their points. 2 3-point plays.
You have to ask him. He called that bank shot.
Bank shot, yeah.
Banks are usually closed in Philly. This time.
They're open all hours.
Richmond they are, right?
Customer friendly. Spiders by a dozen. And that's going to be a moving screen and an offensive foul on Nathan Kao, which will bring us to a timeout as Kao picks up his first foul, the 3rd on the team. But not much else has gone wrong for the Spiders.
6 for 7 from the field early on, Bob. LaSalle 2 for 11. Good defense by the Spiders to start this game.
Deep 3 from the corner, good by Scott Spencer. 41% three-point shooter. You know, the Spiders had him on their scouting report. The transfer from Clemson, who played a couple years for Coach Brad Burnell's Tigers. Got to a Sweet 16, in fact, with Clemson. Spiders have him doubled up at the moment. 18-9, Salle Caresi in for the first time for Richmond.
We do have some transfers, Bob, on this team.
There's a steal by one of the freshmen, Christian Ray. And LaSalle pushing to offense, Hakeem. And back to Ray. Good retreat to defense there by Richmond. Kenny has 6 of their 9. They've got nothing in the paint yet other than the three-point play, the old-fashioned three-point play. And they should, well, Croswell had a good opportunity and couldn't get it to fall.
You can have it easier than that. You just fumbled the basketball in the paint.
Boy, Ashley Howard was frustrated by that one. Gustafson got up in the air. He's fortunate to find Sherrod, whose runner is short, and Ray the rebound. It hits Ray in the head. That was freshman to freshman. They've got 3 freshmen on the court at the moment. Doesn't this look familiar from a couple years ago, perhaps? For the guys in white. And Gilliard has the ball stolen. A little playground basketball right now, and Croswell finishes.
Spiders getting a little sloppy with the ball, so they got to take care of it here. Restore order.
A little more than a little sloppy, I think Chris Mooney would say. That is 6 first half turnovers already by the Spiders. Sherrod with a 3.
That'll straighten it out.
Nick at 42%, 3rd in the Atlantic 10.
Yeah, he's been very efficient in Atlantic 10, Bobby. Point production has gone up. Point shooting has gone up. It's very accurate. I think he likes playing in Atlantic 10.
Knows a little bit about it. Keem misses, and the rebound for KO.
Speaking of disappointed, Coach Howard was not thrilled with that shot. Turned his back on that one.
These are growing pains for the young Explorers. Sherrod off balance, can't get it to dance in, and Ray tips the rebound to Kenny. 10-point Richmond lead, 8:45 first half. Nice crossover by Kenny to the basket, and the ball, though, went off his leg and out of bounds.
Yep, and Jake with a great help smacked the ball off the leg of Kenny that time.
Jacob Gilliard today receiving another honor, named to the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year watch list. 15 guys on that list. Jacob Gilliard, as the nation's leader in steals, certainly should be on that list.
Absolutely, and has a great opportunity to win that.
Absolutely. Fats Russell from Rhode Island is also on that list. So 2 Atlantic 10 guys on the top 15 defensive players in the nation. Gustafson too strong on the 3 from the corner.
Yeah, that time they were in a zone, Bob. They played 3-2 zone. LaSalle.
Spider defense has been solid. LaSalle 4 of 15.
The challenge here for the Spiders, Bob, is to stay focused and locked in, because they were getting points pretty easy on early. So they have to stay focused in and play good defense. That's
a deep 3 by Dees that misses, and the ball to Golden, and the Spiders back to offense. Good ball movement. Gilliard too strong with the 3. He's been struggling a little bit from beyond that arc, as he self-admitted to us on one of our radio post-game shows not too long ago. Ray along the baseline. Burton cuts it off. Freshman on freshman there.
Again, the Spiders have made it very difficult for them to get scoring opportunities on the offense.
Seems like every time I look up at the shot clock, it's in single digits. And there's Tyler Burton with a steal. Grant Golden. He's got 8.
Yeah, he can shoot that shot, Bob. He can make it. 15-footer.
He is really playing with a lot of confidence offensively now. Dees has not yet scored in the game, their leading scorer. Hakeem cut off and double teamed. Dees guarded by Gustafson. Reverse layup was a tough shot and missed. Tyler Burton, a tough rebound.
Good defense again. Team defense I like, Bob.
And the Spiders transition right into offense. Golden finds Burton. And that'll be a travel.
Yep. Shuffled his feet.
He made a couple of those at George Mason Saturday. Probably should have just triggered that one up. Speaking of threes, the Spiders have gotten a couple of them so far tonight. They have come from Nick Sherrod, who knocked one down, and Jacob Gilliard, who had a 4-point play. And the Spiders have a 12-point lead.
Good. Do they need Blake Francis? Absolutely. But are they comfortable where they are with Wojcik coming in and playing solid minutes and Gustafson starting and giving them solid minutes? Absolutely.
4 to 6 weeks was the prognosis on the return for Blake Francis. So they certainly hope to have him back by the end of the regular season and into the A-10 tournament. Fadeaway by Ray is off the mark. Crosswell tries to save it, but he throws it right to Jordan Gately on the Spider bench.
Glad he was paying attention. Gately with the quick hands.
Oh, he's a coach's kid. He's always paying attention.
That's right.
Mom and dad.
I'm going to say Mom. Mom has given him his best hands. Clear that up.
And apparently we learned this week she makes great cookies.
Yes.
Too, that are Grant Golden's
that.
favorites, actually.
Yeah,
Stephanie Gately's cookies are Grant's favorite.
Wow.
Hopefully she'll bring some when Fordham's women's team plays Richmond's women's team.
We're trying to be nice. That's what I'm saying. She has great hands, Bob.
KO with a great look underneath the basket, but Burton has the shot blocked from behind, and KO going for the loose ball will be called for his second foul. So the last couple of games, KO's been foul plagued.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Nathan. He's just gone for a loose ball and get called for the foul.
So his time was limited Saturday because of the fouls, and unfortunately the same thing happening tonight. That's 2 on KO. Nick Sherrod comes in to replace him. Down the lane, Crosswell with the layup.
Slow rotation that time by the Spiders, and Jake Wojcik knew it. He kind of slapped the ball hard. Disappointed that he didn't get there in time.
Crosswell didn't score a lot against Richmond last year, but he sure did rebound as a freshman. 25 rebounds in the 2 games against the Spiders. He's got 4 points tonight, but only 1 rebound. Tyler Burton's going to shoot it this time. A little bit strong, but he comes up with the loose ball at midcourt. Wojcik on the drive and the pull-up for 2.
Under control. Wojcik with the nice pull-up. Good hustle by Burton to get that loose ball.
Spiders by 12. Their biggest lead has been 15 already here in the first half. Kenny in the corner to Beatty. And again, team rebounding by the Spiders. They've done a great job on the boards tonight. 14-9 out rebounding LaSalle.
Good box out that time by Jake Wojcik.
Oh, nice spin by Golden. He draws the contact, the hoop and the harm for Grant Golden, who's in double figures for the 12th time this season.
Just a quick spin move, Bob. We've seen that by Grant. Handle the basketball, and he used his body very nice. Finished. Drew the contact, and then finished it. Opportunity and one.
Boy, what a smart play by Golden. He could have gone in, not had any contact, just slithered his way to the basket and laid it in. But he knew he had Crosswell on his hip, and if he just contorted his body a little bit, he was going to get the and one, and he does. but cannot finish the three-point play, and Brandon Stone the rebound. And that'll be a double dribble on Isaiah Dees. So 7 turnovers for LaSalle, and Ashley Howard knows it's all about the growing pains.
Yeah, and you talked about, Bob, playing on the road, young team. And what you look at their body language, they don't have any body language. It's just emotionless. So it's just such a tough play. What a beautiful move, by the way, by Tyler Burton in the lane. But they just look emotionless and drained, to be honest with you right now. Just a worn down team mentally.
Boy, terrific up and under there. And Burton finished with the left hand. Kenny. And he'll get an opportunity for a three-point play. Nice drive by the freshman. And that time Golden on the receiving end of the foul picks up his second. You previewed. We will see and hear that conversation at halftime. But I didn't ask him about that until we were done and off the air. So I was a little afraid of his answer. I said, hey, Andre, how do you like it when you hear goose? Yeah, reverberating from the Robins Center. He smiled. He said, oh, I love it. I love hearing that. He also likes when we describe one of his baskets as the finish.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
Finland native.
Yeah.
Made sure he was okay with that also. Tyler Burton, tough finish for the Massachusetts native.
Yes, nice play by Burton. He's a really good one-on-one player, Bob. You could tell from his athleticism, his handle, just backing this guy down. Stronger as a freshman, leaping over Dees, the senior, at that time. But this year, Bob, when you hear goose, it's not boo, so it's goose. Spiders are winning this year, so it's clearly defined what that means now.
It is goose. Yeah, he likes both of those. He liked that finish. He said, oh, that means I'm scoring. You wouldn't be saying that if I didn't put the ball in the bucket. So on a slam dunk or a layup, the Finland native. Boy, that one was thrown about the Finland.
Yeah. And Coach Mooney really likes how this defense is playing right now, Bob. They're making it very tough in this first half. I mean, 15 points with 3 minutes left in this first half by LaSalle. Got to be pleased. You're the Spiders coaching staff. Really nice job preparing the team mentally and physically ready this evening.
They're 6 of 21, LaSalle, from the field. And Caressi travels, and I'll tell you what Coach Moody's not going to like, and his hands are on his forehead right now, and that's the turnovers. 8 turnovers by Richmond in the first half. The Spiders average 11 per game.
Just self-destructing and unforced turnovers. That's what he's not going to like.
A 16-point lead is the Spiders' biggest here in the first half. Spencer guarded by Burton. Now
I'm sorry, Bob, but for a team that likes to drill penetrate, the Spiders have really done a nice job of really, keeping them out of the lane and staying up there, really fronting them and making them work for everything.
Yeah, Stone gets that layup as he got behind Salle Caressi. David Beatty guarding Jacob Gilliard. Burton from deep. Right side of the rim, and Stone the rebound. Explorers try to get into transition, but the Spiders retreat to defense. Excellent.
Just a lot of help defense. Good.
Oh, how about that block by Tyler Burton? Slamming it off of the backboard.
You knew that was coming. Just good defense.
Spiders had a 5-on-4 advantage there. Dees was slow in coming back. Burton's going to do it offensively now and draw the foul.
And aggressive play, attacking, confident play by Tyler Burton, the freshman, 6'7" freshman, Bob. Just got the hops. Timed it perfectly, went up and slapped it off the backboard.
He is coming of age. You can see it. You can see the confidence starting to exude from number 3.
Hasn't missed a free throw.
I wasn't going to say it.
I'll say it. I'll feel confident that he's going to make it.
He's now 11 for 11 as a collegiate basketball player from the free throw line. Let's see how we did, Beck.
Don't let me down.
Not a chance. Burton with 8 here in the first half. Spiders are 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Matt Grayson now for Salle. Remember, the Spiders playing without Grant Golden, who has a couple of fouls now here in the first half. And they've actually expanded the lead since Grant went out.
Yeah. Again, we talked about the bench play, and everybody who's coming in off that bench, Bob, you can just look in their eyes. They have an understanding of what their purpose is out there when they come in and play. Just give them energy, the Spiders' energy off the bench, understanding the roles and responsibilities. We talked about that. But they're playing with a lot of freedom and confidence right now coming off the bench.
Ed Crosswell, a 56% free throw shooter. Rainbows home the first one. He was the MVP of the Gulf Coast Tournament, showcase tournament earlier this year. LaSalle won that tournament, won 3 straight games, actually. That was pretty impressive. Murray State, Wright State, South Alabama, team the Spiders played. Crosswell had the game-winning bucket in their win over Wright State and was the MVP of that tournament. That's, Greg, when they got off to that 9-3 start, but A-10 play has been much more challenging to them.
It's been challenging, and it wears you down, Bob. It wears you down, and you lose your confidence.
Good ball movement. Wojcik finds Sherrod from about 25 feet, but Matt Grace with the offensive rebound. Gilliard a little bit too strong. And Crosswell the rebound.
Thought he would hit that.
Yep. Sherrod was a little short. Gilliard was a little strong. Dees misses. Burton the rebound, and he's fouled. And Isaiah Dees still has not scored here in the first half. 0 for 5 from the field, and Ashley Howard knows they're not going to have much success if Isaiah Dees is shut out.
No question, and the Spiders have always done a nice job this year on the opponent's leading scorer. They really have made it difficult for them to get any scoring opportunities. We've seen that.
7th team foul on LaSalle, so the guys walk to the other end of the court, and Burton will shoot the 1-and-1. He's already got 9 first half points.
Spiders go a little smaller. Take out Matt Grace, Bob, and bring in Gustafson.
Yeah, very small team on the floor. Burton will be the tall guy at 6'7". He's in double figures for the 2nd consecutive game. He's got 10 first half points.
They're able to do this because LaSalle's rather small. Nick's watching Stone at 6'11" here. Just got
Sherrod's playing center, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got more girth, though.
Beatty's shot off the mark. Burton another rebound. What a monster first half Tyler Burton has had. 10 points, 5 rebounds.
Wow.
And the Spiders can play for the last shot, and they can finish off a near flawless first half. Aside from the turnovers, this has been a terrific 20 minutes. Wojcik. Sherrod at the buzzer. Still almost waited. I think it went off the side of the backboard and still almost fell through.
Yes, it did, Bob. What a dominating performance by the Spiders on both ends of the floor.
Had 18 points. Rhode Island had 19. So for the second time in Atlantic 10 play, the Spiders have held an opponent under 20 in the first half. And the 35, not too shabby either on the offensive side. Crosswell goes right to the rim in the paint, and Ed Crosswell now with 8 points.
Coach Mooney was not pleased with that defense, especially in the post by Grant that time. Too easy.
And against pressure, the Spiders beat that press. Starting 5 on the court now. Nathan Cayo did not play a lot in the first half. Only 9 minutes. Again, a couple of personal fouls. Gustafson with an attack to the basket. The finish, and he's not finished. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
What's great about that, Bob, he attacked. Again, coming out in that offensive end, he attacked the rim. We see Gustafson doing this more and more. The Goose with the finish.
And a chance for 3 for Andre, who averages about 4 a game. Hope you enjoyed our feature with him at halftime. And you don't really understand unless, you're living overseas away from home. And we asked that last question about his comfort level and being a normal guy, normal student. And I asked him, I think afterwards, well, what's the most normal thing you're doing as a college student? You know what he said? Speaking English.
Oh, wow.
You know, and you don't think about something like that.
Second nature for us, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, how many times do you probably think his first year that he didn't know what people were saying to him or saying at all?
Croswell had the offensive rebound but couldn't get it to fall. He just is so much more comfortable in everything he's doing, Andre Gustafson, especially playing defense.
Yes.
Sherrod missed the three. Golden went for the tip and winds up on the floor. So this is 5-on-4 for the moment for LaSalle. Golden just getting into your picture. Spencer missing, and Croswell another rebound. Gustafson cuts off Spencer. Sherrod helps out, knocks it away. Gilliard comes up with it, and he's fouled by Peary. And Peary, who didn't play much in the first half because he had 2 fouls. He only played 4 minutes. Now he's got 3 fouls.
Yeah. Bad foul by Peary again. Unfortunate foul for him.
And the Spiders back to offense. Now enjoying their biggest lead. Golden finishes again. He's got a dozen.
He hasn't missed a shot, Bob.
Right.
6 for 6 tonight for Golden.
And 2 minutes into the second half, the Spiders now with their biggest lead at 19. Kenny looking for Croswell, but off his fingertips and out of bounds.
Yeah, I'd like to see KO get in the scoring column, Bob. Hasn't attempted a shot. There's foul problems, and I know his family members are here watching and attended, so nice to see him.
Well,
points on the board.
I hope they stick around all week and into the weekend.
Yeah, that'd be nice for them to see.
Got a marquee matchup coming Saturday at 6 o'clock, don't we? Gilliard to Golden, who had it knocked away and stolen that time. Really converged on Grant. Good defensive play by the Explorers, but a better one by the nation's steal leader, Jacob Gilliard. And how about that fast break? G to G to G. Gilliard, Gustafson, Golden.
Yeah, it was pretty. Good steal again. Transition steal by Jake Gilliard, Bob. Just quick hands, anticipation. Come back from nowhere, get a steal, and then you're on your way to an opportunity to finish a fast break. And Salle had to foul there.
Golden will shoot 2. He's 0 for 2 at the line tonight. Came in shooting 66%.
There are nights when you watch Grant play and shoot from the free throw line. You can tell he's going to have a good night shooting free throws, and then watching him shoot and not feeling comfortable there.
Keep an eye on that right hand. You can see him kind of flexing it a little bit. Didn't matter on that one. He's now the game's high scorer with 13 points. Sharif Kinney, the freshman, had 8 in the first half. He and Ed Croswell, their leading scorers. Nobody in double figures for the Explorers. A little bit of a reach-in foul there on Gustafson.
I don't think Goose thought that was a foul.
Nope.
It's like, hey, they got an illegal screen on me.
Golden to the bench. I imagine Adam Smith down there at the end will attend to Grant. He's coming out for a little medical attention. Dees with a tough fadeaway, still has not scored. And Nathan KO with the carom. And kind of a quiet night for Jacob Gilliard.
Yeah,
also,
just kind of going through the motions right now, setting up everybody else, Bob. And you have Grant Golden playing well, and have all the other guys.
Tried to throw that lob for KO and threw it over his head.
Yeah, coach wanted him to stop and shoot that one. He said, hey, could have shot that ball.
A little bit too unselfish from Jacob Gilliard, but you'll take that. Kenny gets bumped by Grace.
Foul number 15, Matt Grace.
Second foul on Grace.
Second on the team.
Non-shooting foul, LaSalle to inbound. Explorers 2-4 on the road, 1-2 on the road in A10 games. We said they'll get a couple of home games next, but they're not going to be easy ones. Beatty with his first points, averages about 10 a game. And the Spider lead at 18.
Yeah, Nate can take his guy off the dribble, Bob, if he has that opportunity.
Gilliard over his head. Grace tracks it down. 5 to shoot. Wojcik will. Bank swish.
Called it. Saw in the first half of the Salle. Spiders matched that. Bank shot 3.
Jake's been picking it up a little bit offensively. He's got 5 tonight. Valuable off of that bench, especially in the absence of Blake Francis. Deep from the corner, Kenny hits the 3, and the Explorers' first player in double figures.
Yeah, he's looking good. He looks a good-looking player, Bob. Kenny.
Out of Washington, D.C., made several high school stops all around the country. Nice play by Jacob Gilliard to draw the foul, and he'll get a chance to go back to the free throw line when we come back. Jake Wojcik. Jake Gilliard with point number 5. Does so much else, though, than just score with his steals and his assists, playmaking. There goes his streak. He had made 24 in a row. Can't blame us for that one.
Kind of got quiet on that one.
24 out of the last 25. That's not too bad. Ray misses. Offensive rebound. Crosswell, that's what he does. And Kenny misses. And a push off on the freshman Ray.
Number 3, Ray pushing number 3, Tyler Burton for the Spiders that time.
Tyler in for the first time here in the second half. Terrific first half in double figures with 10 points.
When you play a lot of players, as Coach Moody's doing, Bob, you're trying to keep everybody attentive and stay focused because it's very difficult when things are coming easy on both ends of the floor, especially on the offense. You're scoring and you're shutting these guys down. You kind of get a tendency to lose your focus. So guys come off the bench, they stay hungry.
Wojcik, nice fake and drive along the baseline. He has certainly added that to his game, hasn't he, Greg, from last year when Jake was pretty much a standstill, catch and shoot, 3-point guy. He's added that dribble drive now.
Yes, it's just getting better and better. As you progress as a player, you work on little things that can make you well-rounded. Jake's working on a dribble drive. Remember last year, Bobby, he had 15 points in 37 minutes in the last game against the Salle.
Off of the dribble. Got up in the air, still found Golden. Plenty of time to shoot for the Spiders. Step back 3 by Wojcik, but they're going to take it away and call a push off on Jake.
That was a beautiful move. It was such a good move. He tricked the ref into calling that foul. That was a tough call. That was beautiful.
They called him for a push off.
See that?
Yeah, definitely did not see that. You don't see Jake Wojcik with a lot of expression on his face, but he's got that smirky little grin right now.
He knew it was a pretty move. That's why he took away his pretty move, and he finished too.
Crosswell, triple team, bowls his way to the basket, missed it. That was tough interior defense.
Yeah, Grant Golden didn't give in.
Nope. He and Crosswell are really going at it. Golden going right at the basket and draws the contact.
Yeah, he's having a little fun now.
Yes, he is. They're smiling. Well, Grant's smiling. Crosswell is not. Golden to the line to shoot 2.
Grant, nice quick move that time to the basket. Definitely a foul on Crosswell. Crosswell, 6'8" sophomore.
We said he's their leading rebounder, top 10 in the league in rebounding.
He had 9 against Rhode Island last game. Yeah, looked much better, much more balanced at the free throw line by Grant there.
Crosswell comes out, he's got 3 fouls. One more for Golden. Looked like he had a little problem with his thumb or the fingernail, and Adam Smith, our athletic trainer, took care of that. And Golden, 2 for 2 at the line, has 15 now.
A little assist from Adam Smith, the trainer.
He gets a lot of those during the course of the year. Tries not to, but
rather just stay quiet and
yeah,
relaxed on the bench.
He's got his guy Blake Francis sitting right next to him right now.
Yep.
They will spend a lot of time together, I think, over the next month or so.
Yeah, partner.
Here's Hakeem. Deep three misses by Peary. Second chance opportunity. Beatty cans the three.
3-point basket, David Beatty from
5 points for the junior from Philly. Spider lead at 18. Gustafson with another good attack to the basket.
Not only attack, Bob, what you like about Goose going to the basket there is it was a strong move. He had a lot of guys reaching in, and he protected the basketball right there. And the reach in, he kept it, stayed with it. And they're going to the free throw line here.
Called that a shooting foul, huh?
Well, they're the bonus.
Oh, that's the 18th foul.
And the Spiders only committed 3 fouls in this half.
Yeah,
so.
1 and 1, you're right.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a lot of fouls quickly, isn't it, on the Explorers? But the Goose misses the free throw. 15 of 20, or 16 of 21 at the line now. Peary cut off by Wojcik. Moved his feet well there, didn't he? Freshman Hakeem, nice bounce pass to the baseline, and the other freshman, Stone, couldn't handle it.
Yeah, really nice pass that time by Hakeem.
That's a tough one. He would have had an assist there. Hakeem's done a pretty nice job as a freshman point guard. 3 or more assists in 14 of 17 games for them.
Leads the team 3.5 assists a game, Bob. And got his first start last game at Rhode Island.
Had 5 assists in that one. Now he also had 5 turnovers, but that'll come being a freshman.
There's zone defense here. Spiders can work on a little zone defense.
Gilliard misses the 3, and here comes Hakeem with the attack, but he missed it, and KO the rebound, and now the Spiders have a run out. Salle Caresi underneath the basket. Pretty nice move by Salle, but Dwayne Gladden's going to take that one away as well because he's going to call a foul on Stone. And
we've seen Salle Caresi make some really nice moves in the post, Bob, but he's getting confidence. This is a sign of confidence. He wouldn't have made this quick move last year as a freshman.
I'll tell you, there wasn't much contact there.
No, he didn't want that call.
I really would have rather let that go. It was a nice reverse layup by Caresi. Now he'll have to earn him at the free throw line. He'll get the bonus. Sal 3 for 5 at the line this season.
Yeah, Sal's gotten stronger, Bob. Still working on getting stronger. But what I like about him is that he's worked on his game, you could tell, in the offseason, and he's got that quiet confidence in his abilities around the basket now.
All 9 Spiders who have played tonight have scored. Check that one off for you, Greg Beckwith, on your keys to the game. Stone gets a slam dunk out of the Spider press. But you talked about bench play for the Spiders tonight. Everybody who's played has hit the scoring column.
Just like how they came out with the proper mental approach to this game to set the tone with Grant Golden in the first half, first couple possessions. Really nice.
Gustafson has that one blocked. I'll tell you what, Saul Peary came flying out there and got a nice block, but then a foul at the end of the play.
Yeah, Salle Caresi's gone to the free throw line once again.
Brandon Stone on the foul. It's his third, and the fouls are mounting on the Explorers. It's already the double bonus with 12:05 to go. Salle Caresi right back there to shoot 2 more. And this is not a team you want to put at the free throw line if you're the opponent. As we said, the Spiders are second in the nation at 81%, and Caresi's 3 for 3.
You know, with Salle playing zone, Bob, and I don't know if Dayton will play zone, but in the last couple of years we've seen Dayton play against the Spiders. They played a lot of zone defense. Now, they have a lot of horses this year. Don't know if they'll do that, but this is a good opportunity for the Spiders to attack and work on zone attack if in fact Dayton plays a little zone.
Well, the Spiders have been so much better against the zone this season. The ball movement, better idea of where to get it, spots on the floor. That's an easy one, scooped up by Jacob Gilliard. And in transition, it's Sherrod, it's KO. It's two more.
Push and get buckets in transition after a steal.
And the Spiders are up 22. And still 11:35 to go. Spencer drives on Sherrod, tough step back. Stone and Caressi fight for the loose ball, and the foul goes on Caressi.
Yeah.
Take a look at some of the shoes of the Spider coaching staff, just to draw awareness to the coaches' fight against cancer.
Yeah, it's a great cause for the coaches across the country.
Three misses, the tip misses, and Caressi the rebound. Let me know when we can start looking ahead to Dayton.
Well, I think I was going to say something about Jake Gilliard kind of cruising out there and really getting ready mentally for Dayton.
That'll be a travel on Nick Sherrod as the Spiders turn it over for the 12th time. So that's something they will look to sharpen up on before Saturday night. That's already above their per game average.
Yeah, and I can tell you one person, Coach Mooney's not. He wasn't pleased with that turnover as well. And again, you got to take care of the basketball, stay sharp as you can, move the basketball, keep the flow of the offense going.
Yep, you still got to finish this one off, no doubt about that. But you're up 22. And I'll tell you what, Dayton is blowing out St. Bonaventure tonight. No looking ahead there for the 7th-ranked team in the country. They're up 73-54 on the Bonnies with 7 minutes to go. A couple of blowouts in the conference, but there are some pretty good games going tonight. We'll peek at that scoreboard. Sherrod gets a clean look. He's got 7. Davidson's leading St. Louis tonight, 41-39 at Davidson.
That's a surprise.
A little bit, yep. Spencer misses again from three-point range, and Salle Caressi with the rebound.
Right now, Dees, who we featured the opening,
Yes.
not scored the basketball, and the Spiders have done a really nice job on him.
Tough one there for Nathan KO. Good interior LaSalle defense. 9:50 remaining. Kenny to Stone, freshman to freshman. Nice drive to the basket by the freshman Hakeem, his first points.
Again, Bob, a lot of standing around for LaSalle players. It's one-on-one for the most part. Not hard to guard.
KO didn't realize how wide open he was, and by the time he did, 2 players converged on him.
Yes, the crowd did.
Yes. I think the crowd alerted the LaSalle defenders that they better go guard the guy with the ball. Look at that.
He kind of peeked around once he caught it. Uh-oh, no one's on me.
And I'll tell you what, Stone's going to learn not to slap his arm down on that. If he had just left his arm up in the air, I don't think they would have called a foul there.
And he's asking the referee about that. Like, well, he kept it up in the air.
He'll see it when he watches the video. He will learn from that.
Yeah, vertical. Keep it up.
Coach Mooney with the opportunity to get Jacob Gilliard out of the game here. Jake Wojcik in. KO 1 of 2 at the line that time. Kenny tries to get around Golden, which he does, attacks the basket and scores. And he's got a chance for a 3.
Yeah, he's been their best player on offense.
Yes, he has.
This season, Bob. So, nice looking 6'4" freshman.
Said he's from Washington, D.C., but 3 different prep high schools, one in Maryland, one in New Hampshire, one in Chicago. Wow.
They got a transfer sitting out. Seymour, 6'10" junior transfer from Indiana. They got a transfer coming out, guard from Westchester University, Bob, sitting out. So, and then Jack Clark, 6'8" sophomore, is injured out.
Yeah.
So, got some parts missing, and then some people coming in next year for them. But right now, they're trying to grind it through this Atlantic 10 conference, which is a tough conference this year.
Wojcik, clean look at a 3. Excellent.
Woj, looking good.
Yeah, the Atlantic 10 has 6 teams in the top 60 in the net. The new analytic calculation that the committee will look at. Spiders one of those at 56. Off the turnover, Wojcik, Gustafson, reverse.
There's a little smile from Goose that time as he did the reverse.
And the Goose from the crowd. And the finish from the broadcaster. And a foul from behind on Andre Gustafson.
Spiders foul number 22, Andre Gustafson. That's his second. Number 6.
Spiders shooting about 52%. Now they're up to about 56% now. And remember Saturday, Greg, the Spiders shot their best ever in an Atlantic 10 game at 67%.
Yeah. It's just about being confident in what they're doing. And that's the biggest thing, Bob.
First points of the game for Isaiah Dees on that 3 ball.
He kind of shook his head and said, thank you for going in.
1 for 7 tonight. Golden gets triple teamed and lost the ball. He was looking for an open teammate.
Yep.
Kenny misses. Crosswell follows and is fouled.
Energy in this building,
Yes.
Bob. A lot of anticipation in that game coming up Saturday. Both teams are playing well.
Crosswell right at his average with his 9th point of the game. Yeah, Dayton will go on and win their 8th straight tonight. Spiders look like they're about to win their 3rd in a row and 5 out of 6. So you've got 2 hot teams in here Saturday night at 6.
Both teams playing with a lot of confidence as well. So it should be an exciting game and really intense game.
Turnover, Crosswell. Thought he was going to bring the rim down with that one.
Yeah, I didn't think Burton would challenge that one.
Nope. He's a strong player. Ed Crosswell tonight with 11 points.
Yeah, I got a charge that time by Tyler Burton, and Coach Mooney's not going to like that. Those 2 plays by Tyler there. Turnover and a charge. And, of course, he's slowly walking to the bench. He doesn't want to look at Coach, and I don't blame him. Because you know what's going to happen. A little teaching moment.
Teaching moment. I knew you were going to say that. That is so much easier to say from this side of the court.
That's right.
It is turnover number 15 by the Spiders tonight. Extremely rare. Dees misses. Sherrod with the loose ball. Spiders done a great job rebounding.
Yeah, that's great to say that.
Tonight.
They really blocked out.
Yeah.
A nice job rebounding.
They have out-rebounded LaSalle by 4. Explorers a decent rebounding team, rugged team. Sweet looking shot by Jake Wojcik in double figures. He's got 11.
Yeah, no hesitation on that shot, right? He just popped it.
And the Spider lead grows again to 20 plus. And that's a foul on the shot.
Spiders foul.
Jake Wojcik's 3rd double-figure game of the year. He had the 17 at Alabama, the 14 against St. Joe's, and now 11 tonight. Foul was on Nathan Kao. His third. And Ray knocks in the first one.
Double zeros checking in. Jacob Gilliard for the Spiders.
Greg, have you ever heard of Gap, Pennsylvania?
No, I haven't.
I have not, and we're both Pennsylvanians, and that's where Christian Ray is from, and I had not either. Makes both free throws for his first 2 points. And the Spiders turn it over again, and another Spider foul.
Yeah, coach is not happy with that at all.
Nope. Wojcik gets that foul, and this is just what you don't want to have happen. You don't want to become lackadaisical and sloppy in the last 6 minutes. Sharif Kenny misses the first free throw. If you've watched our telecast before, you know in the second half here at the Robins Center, if an opposing player misses 2 straight free throws, it's free food.
Free food.
With your ticket stub tonight. So that was exciting in the last 6 minutes of a 20-point game.
Well, something to get really fired up about for the fans.
Gilliard, Grace, and Kao. And Gilliard throws it away.
Yeah, Jake should have shot that one as well. Coach is looking at him like,
actually, you know, the one official said it was deflected by LaSalle. And the Spiders are going to keep the ball here. So it's not officially going to be a turnover, but I can tell you in Chris Mooney's mind it was a turnover.
Yeah, and so is Ashley Howard. He thought it was a turnover. He was screaming about it.
And then Gilliard fouled by the freshman Hakeem.
His first.
So I cheated a little bit and looked up Gap, PA, where it is.
I'm going to guess the Philadelphia area because he went to the Haverford School, which is an outstanding private school in the Philadelphia area, but I just never heard of Gap, Pennsylvania.
Lancaster, PA area.
All right. A little bit outside the Philadelphia area.
It's in the middle of nowhere. Hope no one gets on me in Lancaster.
Amish country out there.
It's nice country.
Yes,
I've been out
is.
there. Oh, Jake is missing free throws tonight. It's unlike him.
Back to back, he's missed. Just his 6th point tonight, but the Spiders have not needed his production.
No, and he's flustered with himself. You can see him.
Well, not that you need any more incentive for Saturday night to play any better, but perhaps a guy like Jacob Gilliard will look in the mirror and pick it up even more come Saturday. He's been so good all year long. He's his toughest critic. The rest of us don't criticize him very much. Kenny misses the 3, and Kao way up there for that rebound, his 5th.
And I think that's what Kao, Bob, in a game like Dayton coming up, that's where you need his athleticism, his energy on the rebounding side, and things like that.
Wojcik misses that 3. And Grace kicked it with 5:02 to go. Well, the close games in the A-10 tonight. Davidson still leading St. Louis 51-46, about 7 minutes to go there. Rhode Island at home. I thought this was an intriguing game, Greg, against Duquesne, 63-52. Rhode Island with 5 minutes to go. Fordham leads George Washington 56-45. Looks like those Rams will win. And Mason leads UMass 60-53 up in Fairfax with 2:35 to go in that one.
Well, Duquesne would lose their first game in conference play. They're 5-0 going into that game. Rhode Island would become 5-1, Bob, so only lost against the Spiders. There's a foul on Gustafson?
Yes. He hasn't agreed with any of his 3 fouls tonight. You know, I like that, though. That's even more of him becoming confident, comfortable, and understanding the American game and all of that.
Did you ask if he knows alfalfa?
No, I did not.
The little rascal?
What are you saying? Yeah. A little resemblance there.
Oh, my goodness. He looks just like alfalfa.
It's a 20-point game, folks. 19 now as Sharif Kenny has a career-high 16 points. Former Rookie of the Week earlier this year in the Atlantic 10.
Nope, it's not there. A fortunate bounce. Again, you can't get sloppy. You got to stay focused if you're Spiders. Take care of the basketball, especially. That's what Coach Mooney's going to harp on. Get a little careless and throwing the ball away and lackadaisical is not going to help you.
If this was not a 20-point game, he might have used a timeout at some point here. Because here comes another turnover, and Tyler Burton on the foul. He will certainly use the media timeout here to get his point across when we hit the 4-minute mark.
Well, also something to really, really harp home and really get them fired up about. If you play like this Saturday, forget about it. Just another motivating step. You have to finish turnovers. I'm talking about specifically. You cannot have careless turnovers in games. That's going to be more important. Creature of habits, and that's what Coach is going to preach. Creature of habits. You don't want to get lackadaisical in any aspect of the game.
17 Spider turnovers equals a season high.
Now, there's a lot of positives, so many positives about this game, but most coaches will look at what didn't we do well, and they'll harp on that and really focus in on taking care of the basketball moving forward.
In some ways, I think you could turn this into a positive, assuming this score remains about where it is, that you can get the win, a dominating win. KO, tough move, puts it home. And yet everybody on this team, as experienced and mature as this team is, I don't think you'll have to tell them too much.
Well, I agree.
It'll happen, don't get me wrong.
Well, the turnovers. They're going to look at where do we need to improve, and I think that's what they're going to talk about. And then how you prepare for Dayton. One, you can't have careless turnovers.
Yep. Because that's one of those things that the Spiders do well almost every night out.
Don't beat yourself in the games that are really going to be really energetic, high, intense games. You got to stay focused though.
I mean, the Spiders are shooting 57% from the field, and look at that flying finish by Tyler Burton and one.
Beautiful move that time by Burton. Just a great play and finish by Tyler Burton off the fast break pass. Split the defenders on that bounce pass by Gilliard, and a really nice, strong finish by Burton, showing his athleticism and strength to finish.
He missed the free throw. Going for the career high 13. See if he gets another shot here in the last 3:15. But he's equaled Saturday, 12.6 rebounds. Kenny, their leading scorer, with 16. That's a career high, and now 19. Smooth looking three. A nice player there.
Yes, he is.
Gustafson throws it away. And a Spider foul coming.
Just getting careless with the basketball, Bob. And those will drive coaches nuts. All the good things that have happened in this game, that will sit very sour with the Spider coaching staff.
Here's Sharif Kenny back to the free throw line for two more. A shot at a 20-point game. He can make the second free throw. Yeah, I mean, LaSalle's only shot 34%. The Spider defense has been solid. Maybe one of the better rebounding performances by Richmond tonight. Out-rebounding LaSalle by 5. And missed them both, and there's a career-high 7th rebound for Tyler Burton. Wojcik's pass knocked out of bounds. Yeah, the Spider coaches are up en masse almost. Coach Moody with Coach Jenkins, Jones, and Thomas.
Just too many deflections and people getting their hands on the ball.
And there's another one as Gilliard got double teamed. Well, get them all out of your system tonight, fellas. Crosswell fouled. Spiders wanted to travel.
Now the Spiders have Grace
Now the Spider fans have hoping he misses these twos and gets an opportunity some more food.
They already got free food.
Twice.
How many times can you get free food? And Crosswell to the free throw line. He's got 11 points. fact, he's got another double-double tonight, as it turns out. He's now got 12 points and 10 rebounds.
He's got a nice-looking game, Bob. He's only a sophomore. He's going to improve. He's going to get stronger.
He had 2 games last year where he had 10 offensive rebounds in a game.
Yep.
That's quite a weapon. Like you said, they have some pieces.
Yes.
Just not enough of them and not enough experience yet.
Yep. Coach Howard is a really good recruiter and really good teacher of the game. So he'll get his players and they'll get after it. So just right now this year is just a tough year to be down in the league and with young players.
Burton, Gilliard. Nice spin, nice pass, great finish. Career high 14 on the Thunder.
Exclamation point right there, Bob. That's how you finish.
With a minute 45 to go. What athleticism there. What a long-range 3 by David Beatty. And the final score is going to look a lot closer than it really was. And Gilliard will just pull it out and draw the foul. With a chance to work on his free throw shooting, the league leader in free throw percentage, Jacob Gilliard.
Sends Jacob Gilliard to the line, will be shooting 2.
Jake tonight with 6 points. Just 1 of 5 from the field, and they've all been threes.
Get in there.
That's what he was saying. Boy, athleticism and control of the ball there by Tyler Burton. Somebody may have gotten a hand on it as he was going up. Gilliard makes 2 this time, uses the rim on that one. Make it 73-57. Kenny feeling it. Not that time, and Burton above everybody. Rebound number 8.
Pushing on a double-double,
Yeah.
Bob.
14 points, 8 rebounds in a little over 20 minutes of on-court time.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Gilliard, backdoor cut, looking for KO, and the 20th turnover of the game by the Spiders. Crosswell, offensive rebound. Ray and Beatty. Burton with his 9th rebound of the game. And the Spiders can basically run out the clock here. This will be the 20 turnovers.
No question. And they'll hear about that and shore that up, Bob. I'm sure.
By Saturday.
They
Yes.
have to.
And LaSalle, give them credit, continues to pressure here in the game's final seconds, which will result in a layup for Jacob Gilliard, who gets into double figures with that one to 10 points. And one more shot for the Explorers is a rainbow 3 that hits the side of the backboard and goes out of bounds. So it'll be a 75-57 win tonight for Richmond. And Coach Mooney with 265 Richmond Spider victories.
Thanks, Coach. Talk about this game. Coming into this game, everyone was worried about everybody looking ahead for Saturday against Dayton, but you guys came out really aggressive, set the tone by Grant going with those 2 power moves first.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Grant's such a great player. We wanted to go inside. They actually play the post pretty tough, but he made 2 great moves. Really set a great tone for us, being aggressive. Thought our defense was tremendous throughout. Thought we were far too sloppy on offense, but I thought our defense was aggressive throughout. Really won the game for us.
Talked about the bench play as a key tonight for the Spiders. You guys played a lot of players, so just kind of wore them down.
Yeah, for sure. We have a deep bench. I thought Woj really played well. Tyler was exceptional. And Matt, Salle really give us a lift when they come off the bench. So our depth showed, which is really good, especially when you start piling these games so much on one another. We're able to get some guys rest who might need it. And, overall, just far too sloppy for us, too sloppy of a game, but defensively very, very good.
Well, how do you shore up and get ready for a game like Dayton when you talk about unforced turnovers that you had tonight.
Yeah, well, that's something we really need to address. And, you know, you want to go into a game like that off of a win, which is great. But also we wish we had played a little bit better taking care of the ball. We were just a little bit careless at times. But defensively, I think it has shown throughout the season how much we've improved, and tonight was a great example of that.
Talk about Tyler Burton, who's our player of the game tonight. Bob and I were talking about how explosive he is. You talked about his play, his athleticism. Talk about just what he means for you coming off the bench.
Well, he can do so many things well, and I think he's just scratching the surface. You know, I think he's going to be a special player. He's a really good athlete. He moves very well. He's got really great basketball instincts. He can rebound. He's our best rebounder. And he just does a lot of things well. And I think as he's gotten more and more confident, he's coming into the kind of the player that we hope he'll be and beyond, because I think he has a chance to be very special.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the win. All right. Speaking of Tyler Burton, he is our player of the game, as I mentioned, and we're going to talk to Tyler and get his thoughts about the game tonight. Tyler, talk about this game. As I asked Coach Mooney, a lot of guys are talking about kind of a letdown and losing their focus, getting ready for Dayton and looking ahead. But LaSalle coming into this game, what was your guys' mentality coming in as players?
Just come in, focus, and get this one and on to the next one. I mean, we all know we got a big game coming up on Saturday, but got to get through this one first, and our emphasis was just come out with toughness, play with poise, and we got it done tonight.
Your team defense looked really good. Was there an emphasis on focusing on team defense and not letting them drive? These are teams that penetrate and drive, and the players. Did you talk about just stopping their penetration?
Yeah, we did. They like to drive along the baseline a lot, so we worked a lot on that on scout. And then they like to up fake and jab step and get in the middle, get into the lane and make plays, so we tried to stop that tonight.
We're going to talk about your game, especially the last couple games. Last game at George Mason, Salle, you had a career high 12 points up there. Tonight you come in and have 14 points, another career high, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double. Talk about the progression of you as a player individually coming in.
I just come in here, I try to do my work, try to work as hard as I can every day, stay focused, don't get too down on myself on my bad days, don't get a high head when I'm having a good day, and just keep working and keep focusing on what I need to do.
Last question, big game coming up against Dayton. Mentality going into that game, what are your thoughts about the initial matchup against Dayton?
Come in and attack it. I mean, they got the kid, Obi Toppin. He's obviously one of the best players in the country, but we got Grant Golden, we got Jacob Gilliard, we got Nick Sherrod, Nathan Ko. So, I mean, we can match that. All we got to do is come in and focus.
Congratulations on a great game. See you Saturday.